Am I the asshole? Giving heirloom necklace to my stepdaughter. I have a stepdaughter Leah and a biological daughter Sienna. I've been in Leah's life since she was 9. While her biological mother is in her life, in practice I'm her mum. While it was initially rough, she was not happy about her dad dating, she quickly calmed down and accepted us. She's still a cheeky smart ass, but we're all close and she definitely loves us. My family has an heirloom necklace that is passed down to the eldest daughter. In the lead up to Leah's birthday, my husband asked about the necklace. Apparently Leah had mentioned it, and he was curious what I was planning. Honestly, I'd never considered whether it would go to Leah or Sienna. My first instinct was Sienna, but the more I thought about it the more I realized that felt wrong. Leah's the oldest and just as much my daughter. I'd always told her blood doesn't matter and we're really close. While Sienna knows the tradition, I've never promised it to her and rarely brought it up in general. So I decided to give it to Leah on her birthday. She was surprised but was so happy and grateful. It felt like I made the right choice. But my family and, later, Sienna were furious. They think it should have gone to her. That a family heirloom should go to my biological daughter. My mother claims I'm betraying its meaning, that I'm throwing everything away. I don't agree with them. Obviously my husband supports whatever decision I make, but that's a given. But mother is the one who gave it to me, and thinks it's a mistake. Despite everything I'm worried I'm making a mistake even if I feel it's the right thing to do. Edit. There are so many comments, sorry if I don't respond to all, it'll just take way too long. Natar. You're the asshole. Wow. You're the asshole. Are there any other heirlooms that your bio daughter can have? Maybe something from your husband's mother? Would she be willing to give up something so sentimental to a stepkid? Obviously my husband supports whatever decision I make, but that's a given. Damn. Is there anyone that gives a damn about Sienna in that house? Too bad the OP and her hub seem so solid. I was hoping for a divorce so maybe Sienna could get a stepmom who cares about her as much as her own mother cares about her stepdaughter. Not the asshole. A family heirloom is meant to be passed down to a family member. Why does it have to be a blood relation? I think it is admirable that you feel so strongly towards your stepdaughter. More people should learn from this. You're the asshole. I'm so sorry for your younger daughter. Do you even love the daughter you birthed? You're the asshole, op. And a terrible, terrible parent. You asked for a judgment and have fought with everyone who doesn't agree with you. Why even post if you aren't willing to listen? You're the asshole. Say goodbye to a relationship with your second daughter who you claim to love. Gross behavior. Utter for sure. That will never get back to your lineage now. Not the asshole. You showed compassion, love and kindness and validated her as a person and the love you have for each other. Sienna knows she is a daughter to you and Leah is her older sister. Sometimes adoption is not an option to step families. But the love is real. Make an agreement with Leah as soon she doesn't want it anymore she passes it on to Sienna. Folded hands, folded hands, folded hands. Ooh, this is hard. I'm going with you're the asshole, not because Leah shouldn't have it but because you should have had a conversation with all stakeholders before making that decision, especially with Sienna, who until she was 5 was your oldest daughter and therefore would have been the recipient if you hadn't remarried, and if you had remarried someone with a son would have gotten it. So she is totally justified in her feelings and I think you made the wrong choice. You're the asshole. Leah now has 2 mothers. Sienna has 1. It is Sienna's family that passed down that heirloom and it was expected to go to Sienna, and if Sienna has a daughter in the future it would go to her daughter. I'm curious if your husband would pass down an heirloom from his side of the family to Sienna. I'm guessing the answer is no. You also should have talked to Sienna about this ahead of time since this is her family heirloom. Not the asshole. Family isn't defined by blood. If Leah is your daughter, then she's your daughter. If it was your necklace to pass on, then you passed it on to who you felt appropriate. I agree with your mom. At this point, it's not a part of your family anymore. You're the asshole. You've not only gone against your family's wishes for a family heirloom, but you've pretty much guaranteed that your daughter will not only take issue with her stepsister but you as well. It's quite obvious that you favor your stepdaughter over your own daughter. When your stepdaughter decides that her actual mother is her mother and not you, you will regret that you screwed up your relationship with your daughter. Hopefully your daughter ends up with a nice mother-in-law so she can have a mother too. I'm glad so many people say you're the asshole here because I know I have a bias against step-family members and didn't trust my initial reaction. Soft, you're the asshole. Leah already has a mother with whom she can share traditions like this. Sienna only has you. Ultimately, it was yours to give, or do whatever with really, but if the tradition was important to you, you might have checked in with the women who made you a part of it before you gave it to Leah, who wasn't expecting to get it anyway. Your relatives have planted the seed that Sienna should feel hurt and angry, and so she will. If you take it from Leah at this point, she is also going to be hurt, and Sienna is never going to forget that you initially chose Leah over her. The whole tradition has definitely been soured. Honestly, I think you made a huge mistake. If she was adopted and had no other mother, then maybe you might have had a point. But she has a biological mother that is in her life. Can you love your stepdaughter as much as your biological daughter? Yes, of course you can. Love doesn't have to have limitations. But a family heirloom should have gone to your oldest biological daughter. You effed up and you're the asshole. Tough question because the motivation of your choice was out of love, but I still go with you're the asshole as it was meant to be passed down to bloodline. Maybe instead you could have made a replica from the original one and give that instead. You're the asshole. Do you just not like your blood daughter? Did she slight you in some way? Jesus, man. Heirlooms are mean for family lines, and you just delivered it into someone else's family line. In 2 generations, someone with zero connection to you will have the piece of jewelry that was passed down through however many generations. If I was your mom, I'd be upset, too. Oof. Info: how many generations has this necklace been handed down for? What's the rule when there are no girls? Or has that not happened yet? Is it in a will somewhere or just a verbal thing? You're the asshole. This may seem weird and sound off for you, but the entire point of an heirloom is to be passed down generation to blood members of the family and their spouses, who will then later also pass it on to blood members of the family and their spouses. It's a bloodline inheritance. I entirely agree that blood isn't the only something that makes family family, but if you feel that something needs to be passed down to your oldest stepdaughter, then you should find something of your own and start a new tradition, not break the cycle of a current one. You're the asshole, and I advise your daughter to strongly cut you from her life. A soft, you're the asshole. The necklace should have gone to your biological daughter. If you wanted to include your stepdaughter in such a manner, why not have a replica made of the heirloom? That way the original goes to your daughter, but you still include your stepdaughter. It would be just as strong of a statement, many even more so. A symbol that they are sisters, and that you see her as your daughter without risking any upset. You're the asshole and probably hurt your daughter so deeply. Good luck fixing that. Nah. Family is family, not blood. There was no way of navigating this situation without someone getting hurt. It's understandable Sienna is upset, to a lesser extent the family, but Leah would have been equally so, and you would have cemented her position as not really family pretty much permanently had it gone to Sienna. You made the right choice, it's just unfortunate that someone had to get hurt. You messed up. This necklace was meant to be passed down to your biological daughter. Your stepdaughter has a mother. Her mother can give her heirloom jewelry. Are you trying to replace Leah's actual biological mother? You're the asshole.